By now, you probably know that the duels are back with LIV, and we've got some interesting information here. The duels, incredibly popular, millions of views. It aired on Grant Horvat's YouTube channel, and some fallout from the event in Miami, the first ever duels. Wesley Bryan gets suspended from the PGA Tour. So, here's what's interesting. They've announced that there's going to be 4 more duels. There's going to be one coming up here in Virginia. There is going to be one in Dallas. There's going to be one in JCB. And the 4th one is going to be in Chicago. Those are the next 4 duels. They're going in hardcore on this, and I like it. I like what LIV is doing. Who's going to be in it? Well, they've said that they have Grant Horvat, the Bryan Bros, for the next event. Fat Perez, Rick Shields, and Luke Kwan. So that's 6. That would be the same as the previous one, in terms of how many players. And they didn't specify if it was George or Wesley or both. They said the Bryan brothers, so we have to assume that's both. But they also say on their website, and more. So they potentially could be adding more creators to the mix. We'll see. We'll see who the and more is. I've reached out to some connections, haven't got an answer back on who that is. In their little promo teaser that they put together, Bryson is involved. So they have said that they're going to have LIV golfers Bryson DeChambeau, Sergio Garcia, Phil Mickelson, John Rahm, right, compete against Grant Horvat, Luke Kwan, Fat Perez, the Bryan brothers, Rick Shields, and more in made-for-YouTube events. So similar to what they did last time, they put it together, they edit it, and they put it out in YouTube-style content is what we want. And we'll see what they do different this time. Do they need to do anything different? Leave your comments below so that we can understand what the majority of viewers want. What do you want to see in this? What would you add? What would you subtract? How would you make it better than the last one? I guess every time the goal would be just get a little better than the previous production. And if you could do that, you're going to get to a point where, man, it's going to be pretty awesome, pretty tight. What's interesting is that the duels, we don't have a true gauge on LIV Golf numbers in terms of viewers, but we know that the duels on Grant Horvat's channel got over 1 million views in the first 24 hours. That beat any day of broadcast of LIV Golf, of the event. It's way more popular than the actual LIV Golf event. So, what do you think about that? What would you add? What would you take away? How do you feel about the creators going all in on LIV, or are they going all in? So, we have Grant Horvat he's double dipped. He's kind of balancing PGA Tour, LIV Golf. He's doing it all. How is that going to sit with the PGA Tour? Do they want their own people to be loyal to the PGA Tour? We know that Wes is suspended. So if he is in fact playing in the next LIV duels, what happens? Does he get suspended? Does it restart his suspension date from the date of the last offense, and they just keep tacking it on? How long is the suspension? 1 year? Then does it restart every time? Or is he just basically saying, I'm done with the PGA Tour. I'm done with that. My allegiance is over here. Where does that sit with you? You tell me, how do you feel about that? People have strong feelings about LIV Golf, and just politically, whatever it is, how do you feel with that? We know Rick Shields, his allegiance is with LIV Golf. What about Luke Kwan? He too has double dipped. He Creator Classic. He won the first ever Creator Classic. He's playing on LIV Golf Duels. So this is going to be interesting. The next one is in Virginia, June 6th through 8th. You cannot get tickets to watch the Duels live. They don't do that. It's during a practice round day, pre-tournament. You can really only get tickets to the tournament on the tournament days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if, whatever the 3 days are that they're running the event. So whether or not they're going to open it up for fans at some point remains to be seen. I think they are doing it YouTube style, so they're putting together, editing it. They want to keep it as tight as possible, as tight-lipped. So you don't want a whole bunch of fans in there with their phones because it's not a live event. So I'm cool with no fans. And it's going to be interesting. I'm curious how it's going to be different or better, or who they're going to add, or are they just going to keep it the same? That's going to be interesting to see. And leave below, who do you want to see in the and more piece of this presentation from LIV? Who do you want to see in there? Leave that below. Anyways, I'm excited. The Duels, it's kind of like, shot across the bow, serving it back in your court, PGA Tour. And not only are they throwing it back at the PGA Tour, they're also saying and firing a shot across the bow to the, let's say, the Barstools and Bob Sports, they too are putting together a YouTube creator tournament. And so a lot of people, is it a competition with them as well? I don't know. They invited Fat Perez, so he's part of that, and he's part of this. They don't seem to mind if people double dip or triple dip, for that matter. What do you think? Comments below. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We'll see you guys soon.